What? I made the
It's all team.
I guess it's right now. I changed it.
We'll begin today with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Welcome to the June 10, 2021 meeting for the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. Serve as the chair this year, also representing District 2. Joining me today is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, our first item.
Number 3, consent agenda.
There are 3 items on the consent agenda. Is there a question or is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second. Motion to approve by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
New business, county clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payment.
Okay, the voucher payments, it was $1,454,847.48. Highlights, Finny and turnip seed, $51,000. It's for construction inspection services for the Northwest Glick Road over Ensign Creek. And then under solid waste recycling, Rarig Pacific Company totaling $68,290.80 is for refuge totes. And I would move for approval of the vouchers.
I'll second. Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval.
There's none.
Oh, none.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Got ahead of myself.
All right.
All right, then. Our next item.
All right, Public Works, number 1, consider approval of request to award the bid to Bettis Asphalt and Construction Company, Inc. for the Cold Mill and Overlay Road Maintenance Project, South Topeka Boulevard, north of 93rd to north of Airport Drive, northbound lanes, at a cost of $634,566.54, with the first $200,000 in funding from the departmental operating budget, and the remainder utilizing the Public Works Special Highway Improvement Funds in authorization and execution of Contract C-211, 2021 for same.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. Back on May 26th at 2 o'clock, we had a bid letting. There was one bidder, but unlike our Southeast 6th Street reconstruction, the bid provided by Bettis Asphalt and Construction was a good bid. It was lower than our engineering estimate. So I'm here asking you to accept that bid and enter into a contract for that work. It appears like that work is going to start the Monday after Country Stampede. The contract allows 25 calendar days for completion of that project, but we anticipate Bettis getting on that and finishing it in approximately half that time. It will involve a mill, 2-inch mill, 3-inch overlay of the through lanes on northbound Topeka Boulevard between approximately 93rd and the main entrance to the Airport Drive. One lane will always be open to traffic. The contractor can only mill what they can overlay during that day. In other words, overnight, we will not have uneven pavement. So with that, I take your questions.
Commissioner Rippon?
I have none.
I don't either. This was also outlined within the county newsletter, and so I think this is a project that we're familiar with, and so I will move for approval.
Second.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
County Councilor, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract number C-212, 2021, Memorandum of Understanding with Wartburg University School of Law to host a student extern in the counselor's office starting June 2nd, working approximately 8 hours a week with salary to be paid by the Washburn School of Law externship program.
Good morning, Commissioner. Jim Krause, Shawnee County Counselor. The description almost describes it all. I'm asking for your permission to allow me to sign this externship contract as the supervising attorney for this student. It'll be no cost to the county. The student will obtain credit hours working in my office, has already started working, doing a great job. Just asking for your permission to formalize that. 8 hours a week for approximately 12 and a half weeks.
Any questions?
Is an extern someone who's going to school and then working, or are they out of school and is that an intern?
No, he is, yeah, they call it an externship. I would call it an internship. I don't know what the difference is between the two, but he is currently completing his second year of law school at Washburn University.
All right.
I would move for approval.
I'll second. Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflected it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, for our Parks and Recreation portion of the meeting. Next item.
Parks and Recreation, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract number C-213-2021, a 10-year agreement for naming rights of a dog park in Gage Park between Hills Pet Nutrition, Inc., Parks for All Foundation and Parks Recreation, stating obligations, care, and funding for planned renovations valued at $175,000, and resolution number 2021-38, officially naming the park Hills Bark Park at Gage Park.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Tim Laurent, Director, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Department. So as the clerk said, we're here today to hopefully officially name the dog park at Gage Park, the Hills Pet Nutrition Dog Park, or the Hills Dog Bark Park. There's a lot of barks and parks in that, but I'm very happy to be here and I'm very excited about it. Hills gave us a generous donation of $175,000 to make, they haven't done it yet, but they're going to, hopefully, to make improvements at the Bark Park, and much needed improvements. So I won't go into too much detail, but we're going to significantly enlarge the park, replace some fencing that's in bad shape, improve the turf quality, and add a few amenities there. So I think it'll be a pretty vast improvement by the time we're done. So with that, I do have some folks that I'd like to introduce. I have Dave Balaga, who's the Vice President of Science and Technology with Hills Pet Nutrition. He's here today, and I think he'd like to say a few words. I've come on up, Dave, and we'll start there.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the opportunity, and just a few words. Appreciate the support of this community. Topeka's been home in Shawnee County and the Kansas State for Hills for many, many decades. We currently have 4 locations. So our Global R&D Center, where I work in the research group. We also have our corporate office just across from the state capitol, as well as 2 plants, and the one across the river here and the one in Emporia. So we employ over 1,000 employees. This is home to us. It is the center and becoming the mecca for innovation, for also animal health in the corridor between Manhattan and all the way to St. Louis, but Kansas City in between. This is really important to us. I think our mission is really all about enriching and lengthening the special relationship between pets and people. And what a better place to do this, especially during the last 15 months, as people needed to get outside and mingle with their pets. So on behalf of the executive team at Hills, I present you the check of $175,000. And I know this will go to great use. Parks for me, and I know it's a mouthful to say bark parks, but bark parks, whether they're in the city or in the country, are just a great place for people to meet, associate with their pets, and again, fulfill our mission. So thanks for the opportunity.
You guys really appreciate it. Let's hold on to that 1 second. I have a couple more people that I'd like to introduce. I've got Jim Renner and Michelle Stubblefield are here with Parks for All Foundation. I don't know if you guys want to say any words or not, but you're welcome to. Don't not to put you on the spot, but Parks for All Foundation, obviously, as most of you know, is a great partner for us, and they make a lot of things possible that we wouldn't be able to do without them. So I really want to make sure that we recognize you guys and the work that you do for us, so.
Well, good morning, Commissioners. I just want to say that our city and county are really blessed to have the kind of support of the whole community behind what the community initiatives are, but in particular, the wonderful parks that we have in Shawnee County. And it's great to have partners like Hills that are stepping up to support what we do with our parks and continue to improve those. So we're really pleased and blessed to have this indication of support from Hills and look forward to a long relationship with them. Thank you.
All right, well, with that, if I don't know if we want to take the picture now, or if you want to take up the item, or let's come on up and snap a photo.
Well, at this time, I think that what's left is actually making the motion to approve the request with the renaming of the park, and I will make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Number 2, consider approval of request to utilize $14,055.24 from the contingency fund for repairs needed to the Midwest Health Aquatic Center due to damage caused by the February freeze.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. If you recall, late February, we had a very extreme freeze that caused a fire line to burst in our Midwest Health Aquatic Center in the chemical room. It caused some damage to, I think, 4 pumps along with the electrical panel. And to repair that damage, it was $14,055.24. Betty recommended using contingency funds for this. We have put an insurance claim in with the county clerk's office. Since then, we have talked with the fire marshal, and he's going to allow us to winterize these lines since we do not have chemicals stored there in the winter. The purpose of the fire line was a sprinkler system to prevent fires, and since we will not be having chemicals in there in the winter, he's going to allow us to remedy the problem from here on. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
The work has already been done?
Yes.
Okay. And so I'll make a motion to approve unless Commissioner Rippon, you have any questions?
No questions, I'll second.
Okay. Motion to approve by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflected it passes 3-0. Our next item.
Thank you.
Thank
Number
you.
3, consider approval of request for project budgets in Hillsdale Boswell Home and Gwendolyn Brooks Park for park improvements totaling $297,258, utilizing $190,000 from the CIP fund and the remaining $107,258 from the 3R fund, and request to bid various portions of the projects as required by the purchasing policy.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Tim Lorette, Parks and Recreation. So this is just part of our ongoing process of trying to evaluate parks and upgrade them on an annual basis. As the clerk said, we were awarded some money during last year's capital improvement funding. We got funding through the capital improvements, and we'd like to add a little bit more money to that and make some improvements to these parks. I will mention that the reason that at least 3 of these parks were chosen is because we have partners that are wanting to work with us and possibly contribute some funds to those parks as well. So all of them are in need of some upkeep, and we think it'll be a win-win for everybody. But I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioner Rippon?
Yeah, do you have kind of a little outline of some of the improvements you want to do on some of these?
I do. I've got, it's not real little. There's a lot of things on there, but, the one that Hillsdale, and Hillsdale and Horn both, I think, have some sidewalk issues that we're looking at replacing, so that's a big portion of it. But all of them are going to get new amenities, trash cans, grills, tables, things like that. A little bit of new playground equipment. Boswell, the neighborhood association there is really involved, and they want to see some changes, and they're talking about trying to put in a natural playground area to go along with the playground equipment that they already have. Some new fencing, some better lighting. Horn Park, that's the one that had the majority of the sidewalk work, and we're bringing that into ADA compliance and really improving, we hope, the safety of it. And then Gwendolyn Brooks, as I know you know, and there's quite a movement right now to improve South Topeka Boulevard, and that group is very involved in Gwendolyn Brooks Park. As a matter of fact, we're going to have a gathering on June 26th, a picnic in Gwendolyn Brooks Park, where we're going to hopefully have the neighborhood out and get some feedback on the idea of possibly removing that road that runs right through the middle of Gwendolyn Brooks Park. So I'm not saying that's happening, but that's being discussed. So hope that gives you a little bit of insight into what we're working on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All second. Motion to approve by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Number 4, consider awarding the bid to Curb Appeal Power Wash for pressure washing services related to facilities and park assets at a rate of $97 per hour, with funding from the departmental operating budgets and authorization and execution of contract number C214 2021 for same.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeremy Myers, Parks and Recreation. The item before you is for approval for using power wash curb appeal for our pressure washing needs. We have several needs throughout the community from time to time, such as the Adventure Cove boat washing, outdoor restroom washing, graffiti removal, playground cleaning for the safety and sanitary of the playgrounds, and a variety of other items as well. We chose curb appeal based on a variety of factors. On paper, it looks like the bids was a little lower, but a couple of them, or one of them, did not submit all documents needed, and the other one required $95 per man hour. So we've had great success with curb appeal in the past. I don't know if you've seen their Facebook videos in the past, but they really promote our parks when they're out there spraying. But if there's any other questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Commissioner Rippon?
I have no. I'll move for approval.
Motion for approval by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Reflect that it passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next item.
Number 5, administrative communications.
This is an opportunity for any department head or member of the public to address the commission on any item.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. Just wanted to touch on some of the stuff that's been going on with Parks and Recreation. This week was our first full week of all the camps. We had started a couple the previous week, but all the other ones began on Monday. We've had great turnout. It's good to be back to semi-normal. We have a pretty good sized baseball tournament at Bettis this weekend. It's 14 AAA and 13 AAA that are playing. We have summer soccer leagues begins on Saturday out at Shawnee North, along with the Jayhawk Open tennis tournament at Kossover. It's one of their biggest tournaments they have with over 100 entries. And good news, we have the Oakland pool repaired and it will open Saturday. So that makes all of our aquatic facilities will be open this weekend, and looking forward to it. Just got the summer rolling and busy as always. Any questions?
How are we doing on the lifeguard situation? We're getting more people
We,
signed up?
actually, I met with Angela this past week, had a really good meeting with HR. We're doing better. We had about, I believe, I want to say 23 new ones beginning this week. So I think we're doing better. It's going to be a process throughout the summer, and we'll just keep a close eye on it. But we are still taking apps. So if anybody's interested, we can. It was a very beneficial meeting with Angela and Michael Augustine of maybe what we can do in the future to encourage applications and get them in early. And it's very positive. And HR's done a good job with us working together. So,
Very good.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Andrew Howell, Shawnee County Election Commissioner. Just a reminder that we are having a primary election. Just want to talk about that briefly. We have 5 candidates for mayor, and the purpose of a primary is to whittle that list of candidates down to 2 folks. So there'll be 2 folks going on from the primary in August to the election in November. We've also got 5 candidates filed for City Commission District 3. And again, there will be 2 people emerge from that in August. And then there's also a primary going to be held in 345, member District A, I believe, has 4 candidates. So again, that'll be whittled down to 2. So just a reminder, there is an August primary. And so we'll include the entire city of Topeka, within the city limits, and then it will be within the member district of 345 Seaman School District, member District A. So just to let you know about that. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer those. But just to let the public know, that's kind of the area that will be involved in that primary election.
Commissioner Rippon, any questions? No? All right, thank you.
Yep.
Any other administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Rippon, anything?
I just want to mention the new Topeka magazine. It's almost entirely filled with art, and a lot of it's from our art of our different parks and other locations around the city of Topeka and county, and it's excellent art. It kind of reminds me of the old art that was done during the Depression, and but they are something to see. So if you get a chance, pick up one of these magazines and take a look at it. But it really showcases a lot of our parks. So.
Great magazine.
Good issue. Good
Yes.
issue.
I don't have anything additional. Our next item,
Number 6, executive sessions.
there is not a need today, so we are adjourned. Thank you.